Old Dominion University, Wendy Larry, and student athletes Jasmine Parker and Denise Bird. Coach, could you please make an opening statement before we open the floor to questions?
I thought that we dug ourselves a pretty good hole in the first half. And then I thought that we had a good energy punch in the second half, but I also thought that Delaware answered every ring, and we just didn't have enough in the gas tank to overcome that deficit.
Any members, please raise your hand.
When you looked pretty out of sorts offensively at the start of the second half, what didn't you like during that?
Well, I mean, we took jump shots. I mean, we came out of the block, and the first 4 shots that we took were jump shots, and certainly not what we talked about, but I guess it's what the players decided on the floor that we needed to do, and that's been an issue. We just didn't have good communication the last several games.
Coach, it also seemed that they were beating pretty good on the board, especially in the offensive end. On that first half, they got a lot of second chance points.
Yeah, it was like 14-0, I think, on second chance opportunities, and really, truly, when you look at the overall, opportunity, I think they made 30 free throws, and I think our benches were really not even close, 16-4 in bench play too. So, I mean, there were a number of things that were really lopsided. Certainly, offensive rebounding, free throws made, and what else did I say? I don't remember.
Wendy, it was the third time you played this year, and I think within the rotation, and just 2 weeks ago. What was the difference, I guess, from that? It was a 9.3-point and 9-point wins.
Well, I think energy and passion comes into play. You got to play with great energy anytime you're in a tournament, and you got to play passionate. And I thought we did it at times, but I don't think we did it consistently for 40 minutes. And I thought we started well. We really started off really, really well, and then we got in this lull. And when things are going good, we're pretty good. But when things start going bad, we start, kind of picking at one another. And then we got it back in the second half. We got a combination out there that worked hard together and fought back. And Elena made 2 threes with, hands in her face, people tugging on her shirt, everything else that you could possibly do, and long ball threes. On that time where I think we cut it to 6, and then she just kind of was a one-man show.
You're kind of familiar with the program's history as anyone. Speaking of 20 quarterfinals, it's kind of came to an end. Were you guys tight and nervous at all, trailing, pressing?
Your nerves start coming as the time starts drawing down because you're losing time. It was more like a nervous and anxious feeling as well, because I know we could have came back. We've come back from holes bigger than what we did tonight, but it was an anxious and nervous feeling because the time was running down. We were running out of time, so yeah.
That contributes to the missed free throws.
Missed free throws, missed box outs. It was a combination of a lot of things on the team that I wish we could get back.
I know it's not how you envisioned it ending, tournament. What was the reaction in the locker room?
It was quiet. You're not going to go out. You just took a loss in the first round, so we just were all silent, kind of in shock, disbelief. It's the first time in a long time that we lost in the first round. So, yeah.
Wendy, obviously, everybody who's played you over the last 20 years has been really, really inspired to play you. And that goes without saying. But did you see a real kind of key determination on Tina's team's part tonight that really seemed to...
A unity. I thought they were really, really united. And I think teams that stay together and play together win together. Those are the teams and the players that are coming out of the locker room making other players better in a tournament environment. That's like wow. And you could see it. You could see that there were an awful lot of players on Delaware's team unselfishly trying to put the ball in the hands of players that were making big plays. And you know, sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't work, you know, if the shots are going down. But I mean, when Elena's on, she's on. And she was on. And then other people did the things that they needed to do, you know, whether that was stick back an offensive rebound or you know, get in the lane and take a charge or block a shot, whatever that it was. I mean, they were playing their roles well. But I thought that there was a definite unity to that group. And, you know, I think under the circumstances with what Tina's had to deal with this year, with some of the injuries, some of the changes in her lineup, I thought the team played extremely well.
When you guys were making a run and really cut the lead in the second half, and I think Elena hit two of her more difficult shots kind of right at the end of that run. Was there a feeling after any of those that, geez, it's just not our night? But...
No, I don't think, well, in my mind, it wasn't ever to give up. It was to keep pushing. And if she wants to make one, we have to make one. We have to get a stop. And I think that's what we lacked at tonight. We made a shot and they made a shot. We didn't really play team defense. So I think that's where we kind of fell short.
Coach, where do you think now you guys stand on the national seed tournament? What's your perspective?
For what tournament?
For the NCAA.
Oh, the NCAA. I don't think there's an opportunity for Old Dominion this year, not losing in the quarterfinal game. I thought our non-conference, we did some really good things. I think if we had gotten ourselves in a position to play a final game in the tournament, we would have had that opportunity. I think it'll be a stretch for us to get in an NWIT. Typically, what happens, they take the conference winner if the conference winner does not win the conference tournament. And James Madison's still alive with three other very good teams or four other good teams that still have, that last one hasn't been determined yet. But if James Madison was to lose, the fact that they would maybe take them in an NCAA tournament with two bids, possibly. If not, I mean, typically we've been a one bid tournament, one big conference for a long time. That maybe JMU falls into the NWIT. I don't know. We've had some quality wins. We've won a couple good ones. Certainly Charlotte on the neutral floor, and played James Madison, beat Delaware twice. So I mean, we've had some good wins in the conference. Certainly enough to get us a second place. But at this point, an awful lot of things would have to fall right for us, I think, to get postseason opportunity.
I know it's probably the last thing on your mind at this point, but the coaches worked so hard to get a neutral site. How have you felt about the 2 days here?
Well, the jury's still out right now on this one. I mean, I think it's a long time overdue, for real. I believe that the neutral floor is the way to go. I'm happy that we're here in Upper Marlboro. I'm happy that the league supported us in that regard. I hope that game environment is stoked for tomorrow and for Sunday. I hope the finals are just jam-packed with lots of enthusiastic fans that support CAA basketball.